Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're going to talk about something that's, well, it's pretty common and, frankly, a little unsettling. You know that feeling when you wake up in the dead of night for absolutely no reason?
Yeah. Why does that happen? Let's get into it because if you're one of those people who bolts upright at, say, 3:33 a.m., it might not be a coincidence at all. We're going to look at both paranormal lore and some really cool science that suggests this could actually be your brain's own emergency mode kicking in.
So, first, let's talk about the legends. To really get a handle on the science, we kind of have to understand the spooky reputation this time of night has built up over, well, centuries. It's famously known as the Devil's Hour. Okay, so paranormal investigators, they have a really interesting theory. The idea is that around 3 a.m., the world is just quiet, super quiet. There's way less electromagnetic noise from all our devices, and they believe this makes it easier for spirits to, manifest. There's just less static for them to fight through. And this often gets linked to something called sleep paralysis. I mean, have you ever had that? It's that absolutely terrifying feeling where your mind is totally awake, but you just can't move your body. This exact experience shows up in a lot of famous paranormal cases, like with the Annabelle doll stories, where people reported feeling like they were being held down in their own beds. So you've got this core belief, right, that when the world is at its quietest, that's when we're at our most vulnerable. And that idea has been fueling our nightmares for generations. It paints this picture of a time when the veil between our world and whatever's next is at its absolute thinnest. Okay, so that's the spooky stuff. But what's really going on here? Let's flip the script and move from folklore to biology. Is there a solid scientific reason you're having this eerie, middle-of-the-night wake-up call? And it turns out the answer probably isn't about spirits at all. It's hidden deep inside the incredibly complex biology of our own brains. So let's take a look at what's actually happening to your body during its most important rest and repair time. Think about it like this. Your brain is basically a supercomputer. All day long, it's processing a ridiculous amount of information. Well, deep sleep? That's its nightly recharge and defrag. It's when your brain sorts through memories, files things away, and gets ready for the next day. So picture what's happening to your body between 3 and 4 a.m. You're in your deepest sleep phase, right? Your body temperature drops, your blood pressure is at its lowest. You're basically in a mini hibernation. But, and this is a big but, if you're stressed out or anxious, your subconscious mind is wide awake. It's running on overdrive, processing all those worries. And check this out, this is fascinating. Some studies suggest that people with really active minds, what some might call genius traits, could be even more likely to wake up like this. Why? Because their brains might actually be using more oxygen and energy even when they're asleep. This can make their sleep lighter and easier to interrupt. Okay, so let's say it's not a ghost. Fair enough. But then why do so many of us have that creepy, undeniable feeling that someone is watching us? Well, that feeling actually has a name. It's called the psychic staring effect, and it's a pretty common trick your brain can play on you, especially when you're jolted out of a really deep sleep.
And here's the absolute key to understanding this. When you suddenly wake up at 3:33 a.m., your logical, rational brain, it hasn't fully booted up yet. It's still loading. So for a few moments, you're running on your more primal lizard brain, where fear and imagination just get to run wild.
It's the exact same thing as seeing a face on the moon or a dragon in the clouds. Your brain hates a vacuum, so it's desperately trying to make a pattern out of the limited information it has, which, in a dark room, isn't much. So that pile of clothes on the chair in the corner? Nope. Your half-asleep brain instantly decides it's a person standing there.
All right, so now we get the why, so let's talk about the how. How do you deal with this? Because you can actually flip this moment from one of panic into one of, well, power. You can literally take back control of your night.
And here's the secret sauce. For about 5 minutes right after you wake up from deep sleep, your mind is in this incredibly suggestible state. It's like a miraculous window where you can actually reprogram your own mindset. You can either let fear take over, or you can use it to your advantage.
So next time this happens, don't panic. Try this instead. The second you wake up, just straighten your spine, whether you're sitting up or still lying down. Then take 10 nice, slow, deep breaths. After that, bring all your attention to your body. Really feel your hands and your feet. It sounds simple, but this grounds you. It pulls your energy away from the fear center in your brain and sends a powerful signal that says, hey, we're safe, we're okay. And look, this is about so much more than just falling back asleep. It's about consciously taking the wheel of your own internal story. When you choose to feel secure, to feel calm, you are literally telling your subconscious mind what to do. And it will listen.
So at the end of the day, when you understand the science, it completely changes how you see the devil's hour. Is 3:33 a.m. really a time for fear? Or is it a private, personal opportunity? A chance to check in with yourself, calm your own system, and tap into your own strength. It turns out that choice is entirely up to you.